Hey everybody, this is Athletes and Antiquities, and in today's video, we're going to talk about blister packs and the value of a truly unweighable pack. So this video was suggested by a viewer of the channel named mredden810, and he was basically asking about my thoughts on blister packs in general. Do I buy them? Do I like them? And just like maybe the investability of them going forward. So I really want to talk about that, but I also want to talk about unweighed packs as a whole because it's kind of an interesting discussion. So with blister packs, if you're not aware, a blister pack is just either one pack or a few packs that are in this clamshell kind of case with like cardboard on the back and this clear plastic on the front so they can advertise the packs. And there's also sometimes promos and coins like this one you see. There's the legendary dog trio. I love blister pack promos because I love Cosmos Hollow. I believe it's the most beautiful hollow they've ever made. And so this is one that I wanted sealed because it has the Suicune, which is one of the most beautiful arts ever made. So having it in Cosmos Hollow was important to me. So I don't collect sealed product very often, but I will say blisters offer a good opportunity to buy packs at a much lower rate because as sets get older, a booster box gets more and more out of reach for a large portion of the hobby. So like you can't just go in, not many people can just buy an EX era box, but you can buy EX blister packs with, let's say, a Guardians Rising, Crystal Guardians, a Crystal Guardians, EX Deoxys, and an EX whatever Power Keepers in a 3-pack blister. That's much more affordable for an average person than a box. So there is a benefit to it for display, as well as, but another important point is weighability. So people do claim that it's possible to weigh blister packs. I know, especially with the more vintage single pack blisters, people claim that they can be weighed, and I'm sure they can, but it's an undisputable fact that the more packaging you have on something, the harder it is to distinguish what's inside. Like with this, with one pack, let's just pretend this is one pack. If there's a hollow in a naked booster pack, you can just weigh that pack and you can just look it up what the average heavy pack weighs, what the average light pack weighs. But if you have a blister pack, now you also have to factor in the cardboard and the plastic and the glue. And it might weigh heavy, but it doesn't weigh heavy because there's more glue. It doesn't weigh heavy because there's more ink on the packaging. There's a lot more factors, which makes it harder to pinpoint. Which is why if people want to buy an unweighed pack and can't afford a box, usually the best way to do it is a blister pack. But there is one danger, and that is the glue. So I'll show you on this card. So in this clamshell, there's glue holding this cardboard and this plastic together. But as products get very old, like this one is from 2004, it's not as old as a lot of other products, but as these products get old and there's temperature changes in the way it's stored and stuff like that, this glue will dry and crack. And then if that clamshell bursts open or starts to peel, all the value in the blister itself is gone, and you just have that naked pack because now it's very weighable. Once that opens up, it's just like any other pack. So blister packs are great for the art, the presentability. There's like usually you can maybe put them on a wall much easier, or put them in a frame or something if you're interested in that. So there's a lot more ways to display it, and people like it for that reason, but it also has the desirability for being much harder to weigh. So if somebody is selling a blister pack as unweighed, you can trust that much more than a naked booster pack unweighed, because they could have just put it on a scale and not said anything. Like, you don't know that. So there is that benefit there, but it's also important to note that risk. But I want to talk about unweighed packs in general, because like I said earlier, as products get more expensive, the booster box, which is the ultimate unweighable product, that gets more and more out of reach, and people have to resort to other things. And my favorite I don't collect much sealed product at all. It just personally doesn't interest me. But one thing I love are the theme decks that have booster packs in them. And one, it's just for, I think it was a really cool time in the hobby, and two, it's almost impossible to weigh. So it was a period between early Heart Gold Soul Silver up until Call of Legends. All their theme decks had an included booster pack in it, because theme decks were selling worse, because a lot of the good cards in the hobby were now outside of those theme decks as things got stronger. So people were buying them less. So they included these boosters in the product to entice people. And it was a very interesting time, and I love them because it's very unique. Like, that's not something you'd see today, but also because it contains a unweighable booster pack. I had some Call of Legends ones. I had one of, it was the Tangrowth Call of Legends theme deck, and then the Lucario Call of Legends theme deck, but I ended up selling them because the market started to value sealed Call of Legends more than I did. I love Call of Legends, it's one of my favorite sets, but the theme decks were going for like $300, and I was like, you know, I could put that money somewhere else, so I sold them. But these ones are still more affordable, so I'm not going to sell them yet. I'm gonna wait until maybe more attention picks up in Heart Gold Soul Silver. But these were a great product that I loved to get a booster pack, but also just have a very unique product. And with Modern, the booster box becomes much more affordable. But with older sets, one of the reasons why ETBs are getting so popular is because you can get those, you can get packs in a quantity, but in a much cheaper capacity of a booster box. And especially with different ways that waves are coming out, sometimes the ETBs are much cheaper, like, because people want the box, like Evolving Skies. I believe the ETBs are much cheaper than that amount of packs would be in a booster box. So there's options like that. But I think unweighable or unweighed booster packs are going to be very important going forward, and as those vintage cards go up in value, that unweighed pack gets more and more important. So if you have booster packs, just like not in any sort of product, just a simple booster pack, unless you weigh them and advertise them as heavy or advertise them as light, it might be harder to sell those going forward. So that might be one reason why you might be drawn to a blister pack. But at the same time, like I mentioned, you do have to keep in mind that you are basically paying a premium for the glue, and basically just the glue. Like, this doesn't really count because there's no packs in here. But with this is worth more together than it would be with the Steam Siege pack, the Guardians Rising pack, and the 3 promos outside of it. You're paying for that package of them being together. So if that were to no longer be together, you're losing at some point a substantial value because of that. Like, if you're buying this is cheap, so this wouldn't really do anything. But if you're buying an EX era blister like 3-pack blister, and that opens up, you could lose substantial money just because of that glue that dried out. So it's one thing to notice. I wanted to make this video because MRedden810 suggested it, and also I saw something on Reddit of someone who dropped a Sky Ridge blister pack and it burst open. So then he weighed the pack and it was light. So his value went tremendously down from a simple mistake. So there is a lot of risk there. You're putting a lot of stock in a very silly thing at the end of the day. Like, not silly in terms of the product, but silly in terms of like the packaging around it adding such a large value premium to it. So this isn't to knock it or to pump it up. I just wanted to explain that. So let me know, do you guys collect blisters? Do you collect any sealed product? If so, how do you go about that? Do you just collect Modern, where it's just kind of booster box or bust? I'd love to hear your opinions. And yeah, let me know. If you have any ideas for a video like MRedden had, let me know in the comments as well. Thanks. Bye.